Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to day 9 of this amazing journey called the 30-day NLP Simplified Challenge. With just between 5 to 7 minutes per day, you can really understand the amazing beauty of neuro-linguistic programming. Today, we are going to yet share another concept, mindset, and some action points. Today's concept is to have a recall value for your conversations or your presentations. So, like we said, having a memorable conversation or when you present, having that presentation to be memorable is an art that you can learn. It's a skill. And what do we need to do for that is to use the DRY principle. What is the DRY principle? It's definitely repeat yourself. That's the principle. And repetitive listening breeds familiarity. What do you mean by that? The more you repeat something, the more familiar you get with that. Do you remember any of your favorite songs? Just go back and try to listen to that jingle, that advertisement that has always been tinkling right from your childhood days. Now it has been so many years that might not be even available on the regular television now, but still you remember that jingle, your favorite song. There is a memory that has been attached to it, and the more you have been able to listen to those songs, the more memorable they become. Similarly, your conversations and your presentations can also be made memorable. So how to use the DRY principle in our conversations and presentations? It's a very simple 3-step procedure. Remember, every time you have a conversation, when you start a new conversation or you start with your presentations, you tell people what you are going to tell them, and then tell them what you have told them. What do I mean by this? At the beginning of every presentation, you should ideally summarize in terms of the agenda for that particular conversation or a presentation. What am I going to talk to you today? So if you look at our formation of this program, you always start with a concept. The concept is what we are going to talk about today. The mindset is talking about the actual subject, and the action step is telling them what we told them in terms of taking action. What actions are they going to take? I'm using the same principle in a different way. You can use the same principle so that it sticks to people and every conversation, every presentation becomes memorable. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. Now, in terms of action steps today, what you want to do is to visit this video again, because you need to understand, if you are preparing a presentation, the format of the presentation has to be such where you start with the agenda of the entire presentation in a synopsis, then take them through the actual presentation where you explain in details, and finally you actually summarize it based on what we have already told them. So once you do this, present a simple concept about yourself, about your career, or asking somebody about their career, or about your goals. Prepare a simple 3, 4, 5 slides presentation, and in that presentation you summarize the first slide in terms of what you're going to tell your audience. In the next 2 or 3 slides, actually put the content in, and in the final slide, summarize it again in terms of what you have told them. This, if you start doing on a regular basis, you will find that your presentations and your normal conversations become very, very impactful. If people ask you why are you repeating what you are doing, just let them know that this you are repeating because it's important. For example, we talked about getting up early, exercising, binge watching on social media. These were some of the habits that we covered, and we repeated it 3-4 times in the last few videos. If you have not watched them, go and watch them. It's very, very interesting. And use different deliveries for the same message. Meaning, try to waver your pitch when you start the presentation. Work with your speed and work with your voice. all these are impactful in terms of differentiating the same message in a different way. Finally, you would like to please share the experiences in the comments below. The more you share, the more you gain out of this. And if you are thinking that you have not yet started taking notes, please take notes. Today is the 9th day. We still have 21 days, and 21 days takes a habit to be formed. So if you start taking notes today, you will start really forming a habit of taking notes throughout this course. These were today's 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day ahead.